Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Easter, depending on what part of the world you are in. So, I've been working on this lake resort now for like 40 hours, and I've got some more ideas. So, we probably have, I don't know, another 6 or 7 hours left to mess about with it. But I want to go back to, I want to make, let me make this visible so I know where it is. And we may move this a little bit, but we'll see. So what I want to do is I want to bring, I'll leave that visible a minute. Let me go back to where I'm working. Places, lake. I'm going to make a couple spares because I've been using the crap out of empty transform groups. All right, so we're going to take another transform group. I want to throw it in here. And we'll move it and name it in a second. So what I want to do is I want to bring just a little bit. I want to bring the land back up a little bit. Oh, not right there. You zoom out a little bit. Right about here. Just gives me a starting spot. And we'll take it back down a little bit. So let me bring my transform group here. So it's right center where I'm working. We're going to call it, I don't know, fountain, because we're going to mess around with something here in a minute. Let's go, I'm going to import a couple of rocks. We'll see which ones we like. We delete the ones we don't want. I'm just going to slide them out of the way for now. I'm just going to bring all of them in and we'll see which ones we want to use. If they look the same, I won't use it. I can just flip my other one around. So this one I'm not going to keep for now. So file, import, let me grab rock 3. Let's see what that one looks like. That's a little bit different. We'll keep this one. Throw you here for now. And then what do we have? 2 more? So what do you look like? You're a little bit smaller. I'm going to leave this one in here now. We can remove the ones we don't want. Throw that one there for now. And what does number 5 look like? Nah, that's fine. We'll work with these 3. So I want to try something. Won't know if it's going to work or not until we mess around with it. But I want to get a few rocks right around the height of the land and the water. And I'll probably play around with these a little bit. I don't want this like super big. I just want like a little feature here. And then I've got a couple other boats and stuff I want to play around with today. Today's more about just finishing up all the decorations, and then I'll go in game. We'll show you what it looks like, but it's pretty cool. this one. Let's push you this way. Yeah. Now, like I said, we'll see how this looks. We may have to come in and play around with the placement of the rocks a little bit. Alright, now I want to go File, Import. I think it was Fountain 2. Yeah, so let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. Now, these are going to be hard to place because they're pretty much invisible planes. And I'm not going to know alright, it doesn't seem to want to work. Alright, hold on, let's see where they are. So we go here. Oh, they're in the wrong spot, that's why. We'll throw one here. And try and see how I want to get it adjusted. That one may be enough. Let's throw the other one over here. And, oh, there we go. Which way do I want you? Bring you, there we go. Let's bring you around this way. Oh, there we go. That's probably a little bit better. Oh, now you're out too far. Let me take the first one. Slide you over this way a little bit. And we'll take the second one. There we go. Bring you in a little bit. And we'll see what it looks like when we go in game. I may just tone them down a little bit. Hold on, let's bring you over this way a little bit. There we go, and then down, so you're not as defined. And let's bring this one down a little bit. I don't want to like really super big when we go in game. I just want a little bit of a water feature. And just getting them where I want them is the tricky part. Oh, there we go. I think that's going to be a little bit better than... There we go. So I wanted one sort of in this spot. And we're going to duplicate this, but I can't duplicate the emitters. We're going to have to bring the emitters back in. So, but what I can do for now, let's turn that off. I'm going to take, yeah, this whole fountain. We're going to delete the working parts out of it and import them back in, because I can't duplicate those. They don't work when you duplicate them. But I want to throw another feature sort of over here in the center. So we find a spot over here. So let's come over here and let's go right about there. And we're going to take that fountain, we're going to duplicate it. I'm going to throw it here, but I have to remove this part of it and bring it back in. Let's go File, Import, Fountain 2. No. These are what's been, let's go edit interactive placement. Let me just throw it there a minute. Let me go edit, cut, and paste. These are, these, not the creek emitters, but the smoke planes have been giving me trouble with crashing the map. So I've tried not to bring anything in with the smoke plane and delete it because I've been having huge issues with smoke planes recently. So now we're going to have to get it adjusted for over here. And again, I don't want it to be too pronounced. I just want a bit of a water feature here. Let's grab this one. Let's bring you over. Oh, wrong way. Let's straighten you up a little bit. Let's bring you over this way. Oh, there we go. So that one I like better. Nope, out too far. Alright, we're going to put that one there. We're going to put this one. There we go. We're going to, now, again, it's really hard to tell size and scale in the editor, so we're going to jump in game really quick and see what these look like before I move on to the next part of this mess. So let me give this a save. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday. I wasn't going to stream today, but the house is fairly quiet for now. It's going to get busy this afternoon when we have a big dinner, so I thought I'd jump on only for as long as I can. Oh, I wanted to do something else before I saved. All right, we're going to have to save it again. But I'll come on, I'll stream for a bit, and then once I get off, I'll be off for the rest of the day because we have a big family dinner tonight. But I swear it's been like 40 hours on this thing so far. Looks great in game. There's one thing I want to do before we get started. I want to move the career start point over here. So let me find it in here. I think it's close to the top. Yeah, right here. I want to throw it here, facing out. So you'll get, I'm going to come over, hold on, I'm going to pull it over this way a little bit more. I want a decent view when we spawn into the game for the first time. Let me get you a little bit closer to the end. See what that looks like. We can always move it when we come back in game. Alright, let's save that again. I want to see what these features look like in game before I build the rest of the boat splines. I don't want to put too many boat splines on here because I want you to be able to have fun driving the Ski-Doo around and driving the other boat around. So I'm not going to go too crazy with boat splines, because this lake is more to have fun on than anything. Alright, so where does that put us when we start the game? Right here. That's okay, I can live with that. Get a nice view of the lake. Let me grab a little bit of speed. Now I have those boat splines visible, but they'll be turned invisible here shortly. But let me grab, for now, store delivery mod. Papa Smurf is working on this boat. We're going to texture it up, make it look good, put a bunch of logos on it. And Papa Smurf is working on this as well. But for now, I don't care. So let's go see what these features look like. Yeah, I can live with that one. That one, maybe adjust that one particle a little bit. Yeah, let me adjust the water particles a little bit. I'll play around with those. I'll get them exactly where I want them, but I can work around them for now. So we have this boat, or this Ski-Doo that Papa Smurf's working on, and if you get, it does get stuck under the docks. Like I lost one earlier. I had it stuck under the dock. I couldn't get it to move. I had to reset it. So we have this boat we can play around with that we're working on. And we have this boat. Again, this one's not finished yet either. Oh, this way. There we go. So we have this boat we're also working on. And I'm going to, once they're finished, I'm going to put them in the water as part of the starting fleet. Put the motors down. There we go. So these two are in the works. We want to come out and just have some fun and cruise around. And now Pop is actually working on a trailer for both the Ski-Doo and the boat. So we have I built in a boat ramp, or a trailer ramp, so you can actually bring your boat over on a trailer and then back it down in to the water, take it off the trailer, and then pull your truck out. So that is still in the works as well. Farm Chick 63, good morning. I thought you were going out for a nice long bike ride today. And I've got some of these vehicles. Okay, so we have to raise these trucks up a little bit. So the trucks have to come up, and then I have to fix these trailers to see why they're glitching in the ground. And I think that's everything here I'm going to need to fix. And then I want to add a couple more boat splines. So if I come back, let me grab just a regular truck. I'll take you for a ride around the resort. If this thing doesn't end up in the water. There we go. Let me zoom out as far as I can. So yeah, we'll be able to come over with a truck and a trailer, and you'll be able to bring your own boat over on a trailer, and then you'll be able to back it down into the boat ramp and then drop your boat off. So that's still in the works. I don't have the pedestrian splines in yet. And I'm probably going to change that sidewalk a little bit. But we now have the Lakeside Bar and Grill. It's no longer the sports bar, so now it's the Lakeside Bar and Grill. And I want to see if I may change all those umbrellas to blue. I'm not sure yet. We still are waiting on it to warm up a bit more first. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be on long. It's fun that the house was quiet. I've been messing around with this thing for like 40 hours. And I just thought I'd come on and mess around with it for a little bit on camera. So we have the lake resort. We've got all the houses, the boat houses, and cabin rentals around the lake. And I want to see if these signs need to be adjusted. So we have here, since we're on the top of the mountain, we have mountaintop cabin rentals. Yeah, I want to push those signs down or up. Maybe I'll pull them up out of the ground and make them up a little bit taller. Maybe make them a little bit smaller. But that's the cabin rental for all the cabins around the lake. Train crossing signals will come in eventually. So to my right is now going to be part of the continuation of the town as soon as we get to it. So it'll be like McDonald's and KFC and 7-Eleven and Napa Auto Parts and all those. And then this is actually turning out better than I expected it to. Now let's see what it looks like from one of the monorails. Oh, and cool, you're close to where we need to be, so I'm just going to slam the brakes on and back up. And we'll go see what it looks like from the monorail. You got to talk to Papa Winston and see if I can get these brakes adjusted so it stops a little bit better or quicker. So where's the, oh yeah, lake's going to be on this side. start slowing down. Oh, there we go. Now that spline will be invisible. But I want to get the rest of the splines in first before we make it. Oh yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. So I know a few things that need to be adjusted. I'm going to adjust those water planes a little bit more. I'm going to see why those trailers are glitching into the ground. I may have to take the collisions off. Alright, so first thing let's adjust these a little bit more. Alright, so where was I? Places. Center Lake. Fountain. You're this one? Yeah, you're this one. Perfect. Alright, so you, I want to pull in a little bit further. And then you, I want to pull in. And then the same thing, I want to do I just want to pull them in a little bit more. Alright, and then that was that one. Alright, so now I want this one. And again, to see, am I going to turn it on and then turn it back off? Yeah, this one definitely needs to be adjusted. Alright, so this one is where? Now, can I turn you? No. Alright, it's probably better right there. And then this one was definitely out too far. Yeah, it's probably better on both of them. Alright, let's go see why our let's pick up our trucks because they're in the ground. And then I'm going to figure out why those trailers are glitching into the ground. It's probably because I forgot to mess with the collisions. So let me get the trucks adjusted first. Alright, so let me come back up to trucks. Alright, and then this one. This one. Okay, I'll probably put these in when I was half asleep. You gotta have your trucks to pull your boat trailers. Alright, that'll work. Now, let's figure out why these two white trailers are glitching into the ground. So which one are you? You're this one? Yeah, there's got to be some kind of weird collision on it. Because it was nice and square when I built it. It was sitting like this. I have no idea why it moved or glitched into the ground. But let's see if we can. Let's see if we figure out the collisions. So you're a rigid body, you're dynamic, you're static. I'm going to have to check every... Alright, you don't have a collision. You don't have a collision. Support arm. Oh, hold on. You do. You're good. You're static. Let's make sure none of these have collisions on them. Okay, you're that one. Alright, so this one should be fixed. And I think there's one more just like it. This one. Yeah, let's see if you can fix this one. Alright, and then you were static. There we go. And I think that's the only one that I had to fix. If that doesn't work, then we'll come back in and I'll mess around with them. Now, what I also want to do is, let's come over here and fix that sign before we mess around with anything new. I want to mess around with a couple more boats and a couple more boat splines. But these signs are, the scale is off. Alright, so let's see if we can't make you a little bit narrower. So let's go like 0.75. 0.75. Nope. 0.75. And then, yeah, you're going to be a little bit smaller, definitely. How tall can I take you? So let's go 0.75. And that will bring you over and up. Alright, we'll see what that looks like in game, a little bit smaller and taller. Now what I want to mess with are some more boats. I don't want too many on here, like I said, because I want you to have fun in game riding around. Let's do a quick save. I gotta wait for this to save before we start working on the next boat. And the first boat spline I put in took me like an hour to get it adjusted right. I was in the editor. I went from the editor to the game about 10 or 15 times before I got the height right. Because my first like 10 times the boat was underwater, and I kept slowly raising it to get it to the right height. Then I went too high. Then I had to drop it back down. We're actually going to build this on... We're going to build it on the desktop. But I need a couple things first. And I don't know if I can pull one out of here or not. But let me try. Character, cow. Do I want cow or do I want cow loaded? I can never remember. Not that one. The cow mesh, I think, is the one I want. Let me go figure out which desktop or which file I'm working on. I can work with new folder 2. No, let me work with new folder. Alright, so let's go File, Export, Desktop. New folder, cow. Close that before I accidentally make any changes to it. Let's see if that's the right cow. I'm going to have to drop the textures into a texture folder though. Hold on. So cow, cow and cow. Copy, textures, paste. Alright, so now I got to come back here. We have to go textures, textures, and textures. Let me save that and see if this is going to work for my something I want to mess around with. Nope, that's not the one I want. Okay, so that's not the cow we need. That just crashed. It must be the cow loaded. Yeah, it might be this one. Let's go File, Export. Let's overwrite cow. And let me close that so I don't accidentally make any changes to it. So now let's go back to this one. And let's put our textures back. Because one of them's a ghost and one of them's a real cow. If not, I'm going to go to a different map and pull a cow out. Let's try that one. See if this one opens or crashes. Alright, that's going to open. So that's the cow I want. Now I want to go to... Let's leave this folder here a minute. Let's go here. Where do I want to go first? Let's go to Homestead. I want from here, I need to fly over here towards the town. And if this isn't the map I need, I'm going to have to jump into Hollow or Ritchieville. I just can't remember which. Oh, yeah, okay, I can pull it out of this one. I want this flag for a moment. And can I get just the flag? I can. Perfect. We're going to go File, Export. We're working on our desktop. I'm going to go Flag. But I only want a really small pole, so I'm going to grab a fence post. So let me find an end element. Yeah, that's all I want is that guy. Let's go File, Export, End element. Alright, so let's close that for now. I don't accidentally make any changes to it. So now let's go to our end element. I want to check the textures. They're all dollar data, they're good. Now let's check the flag. And I gotta fix the texture. So let's go New Buildings, Textures, Copy, and paste. And then we have to change this guy just to textures. And we'll save that. And then we're going to go and we're going to open this up. And we're going to go to here. real quick. Google Images. And I want to assign maybe are you blurry or are you clear? You look kind of blurry. Is there another one? You're blurry as well. Why are those so blurry today? Could be me. Let's try this one. So let's go copy, paste into new image. I'm going to grab part of this. And we're going to save it. And actually I can close that. Let's go here now, and I want to rename it. I'm going to completely rename it. Boat flag 1. So that's going to be boat flag 1. So we have to go over here to here. And we have to name this boat flag 1. Now this should be our new texture. I can work with that. Alright, so let's go. I gotta figure out which boat it is. I think it might be boat 4. Nope. Is it boat 3? Nope. Boat 2? We'll get there eventually. Alright, boat 2 is the one we're going to work with. So let's go. I want to create a plane to work off of. And it's going to be bigger than I want, but that's fine. Let me go down on my speed. I want to get in here, and I want to. We're going to go. Let me just check the collisions on here real quick. Oh, so you have a rigid body. You need to be. Why can't I change you? Alright, let's take the collision off. Alright, so there's no collisions left on here. Okay, so I'm going to go File, Import. Want to import in a cow. And we're going to go Edit, Cut, and Paste. And we're probably going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to make him a little bit smaller. So let's go like 0.6. 0.6. Yeah, that's going to work. So we're going to go like this. So he's just standing in the boat. There we go. And let's pull him forward a little bit. So now I'm going to go File, Import the, where is it? End element. So let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. Now I want to check, okay, so you don't have any collisions. Let's throw you there just for a second. And I want to check, you have to be kinematic, and you have to be kinematic. Alright, so that's the collisions fixed, but now it is way too big. Now what's the, okay, so we're good. Alright, so now let's go 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Now it's going to be about the skinny as I want. Now we just got to make it bigger. I want to use this as like a flagpole. And I'll adjust the height here in a second. Now let's go File, Import. Let's import in the flag. Let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. And let's put you there. Now, oh, no, okay, so you're going to have to get really adjusted. Edit interactive placement. Bam, right there. Oh man, this is going to be a pain in the neck. And you're going to have to come way down in size. So let's go like 0.7, 0.7, 0.7, no, okay, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. That's better. Now, where are you on this pole? Right about where I want you, actually. So let's grab, see if this is actually going to work. So let me duplicate it. Let's go, but it has to be inside of the other one, and sometimes it messes it up when you paste it inside of the other one. Let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. Oh no, it's going to work. Perfect. I want them to be like a little parade. So I'm going to pull it back, but I want them fairly close. So let's pull you back. I want to turn you just a little bit, like so. And then we're going to go, I'm going to duplicate that again, because now it's inside of the other one. And I can pull it out, and I want to turn it this way a little bit. Now this should all be one transform group. So I'm going to go File, Export, and I want to call it, let's call it Cow Boat. Alright, let's close it. I don't want to make any changes to that one. Let's come down here, and I want to check my textures. My textures are good. And let's open it up one more time. Alright, so I think let's rename it Cowboat. And I'll do a quick save. And let's go File, Export. Now I want to bring it into the map file. Documents, mods, Ritchie Valley, new buildings, Cowboat. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of there. Let's go back to Ritchie Valley. Now I want to check, before I import it in, I want to check the textures. Okay, textures are good. And I want to make sure it opens up with no errors. And there's no errors. Perfect. So now let's come in here and let's go. All right, let's close that a minute. Let's go down here. Sorry, I need to scroll down, not up. Nope. Right. Oh yeah, right here, ships. We're gonna take. I'm gonna take this one. I am going to duplicate it because it has all of my user attributes. And we're going to call it, we're just going to call it Lake 2. And I'm going to delete the spline, and we're going to delete the boat. And we're going to create a new spline. So let's go edit, cut, and paste. So there's going to be my spline. Now, I'm going to start it over here. That'll work. So I'm going to start it here. Let's go to this little end. And I want it to sort of just do a small or a small-ish figure 8. We're going to go through this opening of the bridge. So let's come over this way. And I want to come over this way. There we go. Now I'm gonna, since it's only gonna be one boat on this spline, I'm gonna circle it back on itself. So let me put in another point there, and I'll try and bring it right back in. Nope, we're going to have to put another point like here. And then I can bring it through on itself. There we go. And now we can bring it over this way a little bit. And we can hook it back up with its start. So let me pull that back a little bit. Do one more point. And then we'll close the loop. Now I'm going to leave it visible for now. But let's go File, Import. And we're going to import the cowboat. And we're going to go Edit, Cut, Paste. Now we're going to throw it. I don't know which way it's going. It don't matter. Now we're going to have a hard time. We're going to have to come in and adjust the height a couple times probably. But this will get us started. Where did my spline end up at? 205.5. That's right where the height of my other spline. Let's save this and see what it looks like in game. We're probably going to have to adjust it a few times. And then the last spline I want to get is this crazy guy on a skidoo, just making all kind of circles and creating havoc. And then I'm going to call this lake resort done. Oh, we'll see if I fix those trailers when we go in game. let's go in game, and we'll see if, and then we'll see if anything's throwing any errors. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. So jump over here. Yeah, I know it's a holiday weekend and it's Sunday, and I usually don't ever stream on Sundays. So I wasn't expecting many viewers, but I just thought I'd come in and putz around, wish everybody happy Easter, try and get this lake resort finished. Because I have had way too many hours just in this lake resort. Alright, so let's go see how our... Let me grab some speed. I know we're walking on water, but that's fine. I want to see how the height of our cows, if they need to be adjusted. Yeah, they're going to be high, so we're going to have to bring that whole spline down so they're not floating. Alright, so I'm going to bring that spline down. Let's bring that spline down and see... Oh, before we do that, let's go see what these trailers look like. Happy Easter, everyone, says Farm Chick. Yeah, I didn't even check to see how many viewers I have. Alright, did we fix the trailer? We did fix the trailer. So the trailer's no longer glitching in the ground. Alright, so we have our trailer parking. So that's done. So the last thing I want to get on is, there's a couple things I want to get on the spline. I want to get this guy, these fishing people moved. I just stuck them here for now. So I'm going to do a quick spline with those, and we're going to do a crazy guy on a Ski-Doo. And then we're going to call this area done. Alright, so that spline has to come down. So we're going to take this spline. Let's go to 205. And let's save that. And I'm going to leave these visible until I get all the splines in. And I did this about 15 times this morning, getting the first boat spline in, just to get the height right. Alright, so one more time. So I want to start building, like KFC, McDonald's, I want to start building part of the town. So we can start getting a lot of sell points in the map. So I imported in KFC and McDonald's just to get started, but I think I'm going to grab 7-Eleven because I think I want to put 7-Eleven on the corner. So I'm going to jump back in another map and grab that real quick before we start building the town. And then we'll just keep grabbing buildings as we need them. Alright, so again, let me just grab some speed. And let's see if our cows are now floating or sitting on the water. And they got to come down just another hair. But not too far. Yeah, I'm going to bring them down just a little bit more. Not much, but a little bit more. Okay. So where did we bring it down to? So we brought it down to 205 from 205.5. Let's go like 204.75, and we'll check it next time we're in game. Let me say, oh yeah, let me just save it. I didn't want to save it. I wanted to put another spline in, but that's all right. We'll wait for it to save. Oh, excuse me. I didn't get a chance to get my mic muted. The pollen's been horrible here. Like, all the trees are budding out, all the flowers are budding out. I wake up in the morning and my silver car is just like yellow because it's just covered in pollen. It's been horrible. Now, if we took that down too far, next time we're in game, we can raise it up a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put this other one on a spline because I don't want the lake to be too crowded, but I want to pull these guys out into the water like they're fishing. And I want to sort of put them over here close to this rock feature. And they can sit there in the water and pull them away a little bit. Now, I want to put the crazy Ski-Doo guy in. So let's come over here and let's take this one, and it has all my user attributes, and we're going to duplicate it again, but this time we're going to call it Lake 3. And again, I'm going to delete the spline. I'm going to delete the boat, but that still leaves me all my user attributes. I don't have to put them back in. So we're going to create a new spline, if I can find it. So let's go edit, cut, and paste. Yeah. And let's just drop it over here for now. And again, we're going to probably end up adjusting the height on this one also. Let me grab the end. Now this one's going to be my crazy Ski-Doo guy, so I'm not going to be really neat with this. I just want him to like driving all over the place. So we're going to put in a bunch of loops and crazy circles and bring them down here first. I don't care if he's circling around the other boats, that's fine. So let's bring them down this way. We'll circle him around a little bit here. We'll bring them up this way. And bring him up here a little bit further. And let's get him to circle back on himself. And we'll bring him back this way. Again. And I'm actually going to take him back on himself. No, we'll go with the next opening. So let's come back over this way. No, we'll take him back through. And then we'll have him come over this way. And he's just causing all kind of trouble on the lake. Now where do I want to go? I guess we could just circle him back. No, let's do another crazy circle. And then we'll put him back on himself. Let's get this closed and we'll see how crazy it looks when we go back in game. So let me close that loop and let's go File, Import, and I think I called it Skidoo 2. So let's go Edit, Cut. We've got to put it in here. And we'll pop you here. And again, we may have to adjust the height a few times. So I'm going to leave the spline visible. So what else did I want to do? So we adjusted the other boat spline. We're going to probably have to adjust the spline a couple times as well. So I'm going to leave it visible again for now. And yeah, let's give this a save. And we'll jump back in game. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I have to adjust the user attributes. So I'm going to have to make a couple of adjustments and resave it. Alright, so let's come over here. I want it to go a lot faster, so let's go with like 25 for now, and I'm going to put 5 ships on this spline. So let me resave this. There'll be 5 Skidoos on the same spline. It's actually getting warm in here. I may have to open the window and kick the ceiling fan on for a little bit. It's supposed to hit like I think 77 or 78 today. Alright, now let's go back in here and see if we have to adjust the height on this spline. And we'll see if the cows look better or if we took them down too low. And then as soon as we get these splines adjusted, turn them invisible, I'm calling Lake Resort done. Well, we still have a pedestrian spline to put in, but that's no big deal. Now, how are the jet skis on height? So that spline has to come down a little bit as well. They're a little bit high. All right, so not much though. I'm going to bring that down just a hair. Now, how do our cows look? Yeah, that guy's a little too high. The cows are now at their perfect height. Just got to bring the ski-doos down a hair, not much. And then we'll come back in, and then we'll get to make all the splines invisible. So this spline is at 205.5. Let's go 205. I don't want to bring it down too much. Let's go 205.2. And then I want to import in, before I start working on the city, we'll get the pedestrian spline in, and then I want to start working on like 7-Eleven, McDonald's, KFC, that little strip right across the tracks from where we're working on. Alright. Hopefully we won't have to mess with this anymore. I'm still not happy with where the career start point is either, so I may move that a little bit more. Again, I'm just going to grab some speed. We're going to go walking on water for a minute. I just want to see the height of this. It's still just a hair too high. Yeah, I think they're just a hair too high yet. Let's jump on one and we'll see what it looks like when we're on one. If I want to bring them down any further. Let me grab store delivery mod. Oh, don't matter. We'll see what we look like compared to those other guys on height. Now Papa Smurf is lowering our guy a little bit because he still sits up on the water too high. So Papa Smurf is going to lower this, and it's going to have different colors, and it's going to be like Smurfified. Yeah, he's got to come down a little bit more, so he's still a little too high. Memolar, happy Easter. Thank you for stopping in. Thanks for taking time out of your day stopping in, saying hello. So let's bring that spline down just a little bit more. So I'm just going to bring it down to 205. We'll see what it looks like there. So let's give that a quick save. Well, let's save, and I want to check the log to make sure there's no crazy errors with any of these boats I just put in. And it looks like we're clean. Yep, we are clean. Alright, so just wait for this to save. And we'll get rid of all these splines. We'll make them invisible. Then we'll get the pedestrian spline in. I'm going to fix a couple driveways. Then we'll get the pedestrian spline in, and we'll start working on the city. Or more of the city. Because Lambo made the Ski-Doo, and Lambo gave us permission to use it and modify it, make it work for the map. Let's jump in here a minute. I'm seriously thinking about putting a, just like Ritchieville. I don't have it in Hollow or Islands, but in Ritchieville we have it. I'm thinking about putting in another monster truck course, but a bigger one. Because Lambo has a couple other monster trucks we can use as well. But let's see if this guy's now sitting on the water better. Yeah, that's much better on the height. Alright, so the height of that guy's good. The height of our water skiing dog looks good. And then the height of our Chick-fil-A eat more chicken. Add. Looks, yeah, the height on that is perfect. Alright, so let's grab, we'll make these splines invisible here in a minute. So what Papa Smurf is working on is the, this boat is going to get retextured and logoed, and, oh, I forgot my store delivery mod. Let's pop that down. Let me just grab, let me just grab some cash real quick. So we're working on this boat. So it'll be part of the vehicle pack for this map. That'll only work on this map because the land of the water and the land of the height has been adjusted to it. So we'll have this boat to play around with. So if you want to claim this house as yours and put your sleep trigger down, you can claim this house and have a boat of all to yourself. So put your sleep trigger down here. You can claim this house as yours. And then Papa Smurf is working on the Ski-Doo as well. And we'll have this as part of the fleet as well. And he's working on some boat trailers. So we'll be able to bring it in with a boat trailer and back it in and put it in the water and then pull your boat trailer away. So we'll have boat trailers for both boats. I want to speed those speedboats up a little, those ski-doos up a little bit as well. So I'm going to make them go a little bit faster. And I may throw like 2 more on that spline. But if I can remember where my house was, that I just claimed, down here somewhere I think. Oh yeah, this one. So I can park my boat over here. I can park my jet ski over here. And then I can call this my house. Put my sleep trigger down. And I can work out of this farmhouse if I want to. Alright. Let me get out of here or I'll be riding these boats all day long and nothing will get done. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to take our Ski-Doo, let's speed them up a little bit further. So let's go to like 33, and I want to throw a couple more on that spline. So this spline can now go invisible. This spline can now go invisible, and that spline can now go invisible. So the only thing I want to get in now is let me fix these sidewalks. And I want to get a pedestrian spline in. So let me go back to square and concrete. I want to push this sidewalk back that I put in. Now, I wish this thing had a cleaner edge, but that's the cleanest I can get it. So I wish I had more of a square edge than this rounded edge, and I can't get it adjusted any better for some reason. So if I go back any further, it pushes it back too far. So I can't get a really clean line with this sidewalk texture. Unless I make a new texture, which I may mess around with. But that's the best I can get it. So that's why I left it one big sidewalk all the way around. But I'll mess around with this texture yet one day off camera and I'll get it. And I'm going to probably end up replacing this sidewalk texture. I want to get the pedestrian spline in before we start messing around with businesses, because it's also going to be part of the commercial district. 'Cause I don't like it with the solid sidewalk, and I don't like it with the driveway going through it. It just looks like crap both ways. But on this side, I'm going to leave it a solid sidewalk until we start putting our businesses in. And this strip here is where we're going to start working next. We're going to start up on the corner by the apartment complex. We're actually going to start over here after we get the pedestrian spline in. I'm going to start because this whole strip here in front of the shop, across the street from the shop, this whole strip here is going to be commercial, and then this whole strip here is going to be commercial. And I want to start on this corner with like my 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, and we're going to, you know, McDonald's and KFC and Pizza Hut. We're going to continue down here with our businesses. And then I don't know if anybody had, I don't think I've shown this, but I took our single apartment and I made a couple of doubles and a couple of triples to break this area up a little bit. So let me get, let's come over here probably. And let's bring in close ships. Let me scroll up to the top. Let me close places. We'll open up splines. And we'll grab another pedestrian spline. And it'll be in. I won't have to mess with it once we get our businesses in. So we'll call this one Spline 04. There we go. We are gearing up to head out for our ride. I'll see everyone later. Thank you, Farm Chick, for stopping in. Enjoy the ride. Have fun. I'm not going to stream too much longer today because, like I said, we have a big family function, dinner later. So I just wanted to come in a little bit and really finish that lake resort today. Oh, come on. Give me the end point. There. Come on. I want the end. There we go. So we'll just loop this all the way around, and I won't have to mess with it after the businesses are in. So I want to try and get most of Center Mountain finished before I start working on the rest of the fields and forests. Alright, so we got to come up and over this road a little bit. So bring you up. I'll bring you up one more time. That should get us the height we need across the road. And we're going to have to come back on the sidewalk and bring it back down a little bit. Yeah, so bring it up. And I'll bring it up one more time. And one more time to be sure. So now we're right back on the ground. So they're not walking through the road. So this is just going to be one big loop around what's going to be our commercial district and around the lake. bring them back up the center. Now we got to bring them up and over the railroad crossing as well. And this thing has a bunch of different heights to it. So let's go page up. Now I think we're right at the height. Yeah, let me go up a little bit more. I'm gonna have to put in some extra points, so let me delete those out. Let's bring you back closer. And I'll bring you back closer. And now you should not be walking through it. Yeah, you'll be walking on top of it. And now I can start bringing you back down. And then this is going to get you back on the ground. So their legs won't be walking through the train crossing. There we go. Now you can come down. Oh, we got another road crossing coming up. Yeah, got another road crossing coming up. So we're going to have to do another up and over. So pull you up. And now you should be the height of the road. And now we can start bringing you back down. Pull you up just a little bit more. Oh, no, let's delete that one. Alright, so let's put in another point here. Pull you back. Put in another point. Now their feet are going to be in the sidewalk a little bit, but right there, nothing I can do about that. Alright, so now you got to make another turn. And then come straight across here. Oh, Farm Chick should have a good time. It's a nice day for a, definitely a nice day for a motorcycle ride. Alright, so let's come down past our Lakeside Bar and Grill. Now what I'll eventually do is I'll get I'll get another spline in here so there's people walking around in the restaurant as well. So I'll probably put a small spline through there, and I've got a bunch of seated people that I need to put in as well. So we'll probably pull some of them in. Oh, let me back that out. Did I miss a point? I'm going to put one more point in here. There's always one corner that gives you a hard time. That'll work. It's only a pedestrian spline. So I've got another railroad crossing that we have to go up and over. So I'll pull you up, and I'll pull you back. There you go. Now you're going to be my, you're going to be my correct height until I start coming back down. And then let's go page down. And then this should get us back to our sidewalk height. Yeah, there we go. And get around this corner. There we go. Get our loop closed. Just come up here close to this one. Get it close. And then pull it back here. Close my spline. Make it invisible. That pedestrian spline is out of the way so we can start working on, like I said, this corner here I want to do 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't have it imported into the map yet, so let's do a quick save. I'll work on getting seated people at the restaurant off camera, because that's going to be another painstaking task to get. I've got a bunch of people I can put in some of the chairs and tables. Then I want to get another small pedestrian spline so there's people walking around that restaurant. Alright, so let me get out of here. Let's go into my islands map real quick. And I want to grab 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts. And I'll probably grab, so I've got KFC's imported in, McDonald's is imported in. I'll probably grab one other business while I'm in here. That'll give me a 5 to start with. That's a whole day's work right there. Because just like, wait for this to open. So just like this map, the apartment building, you have to after you buy the land, well, you'll own the entire top of the mountain. So once you buy the land, you'll have to build this. So you'll have to deliver a whole bunch of crap to it and make and build it. So the only thing you'll see in game is this blank is a empty lot with the wall around it. And we're going to do the same thing with all of our businesses. You're going to have to build your commercial district. So the only sell point you'll have when you start the map is Walmart, and the prices will be really low. So if you want a better price, you're going to have to build the rest of the sell points. Alright, so let's grab my 16x script. Let's come over. Let me grab a little bit of speed. I want to grab, let's head over to the mainland. I want to grab a couple more commercial businesses to work with. So I want to grab this guy for now. Do I want the entire transform group, or do I want just the visual? I'm going to grab this. Let's go File, Export, Duncan. Grab this one. Now there's not much to build on this one, but I'm still going to make you build it. I'm going to hold off on Domino's. That's going to be a different corner. But I want to grab, I already have McDonald's, I already have KFC. Do I want to grab, let's grab the auto parts store. Let's grab Napa. I'm going to grab the parking lines and the lights and everything else that goes with it. No, we're going to grab just the building. And we're just going to grab just the building for now. So let's go File, Export. Let's export Napa. Oh crap, while I'm in here, I might as well grab Applebee's. That's going to give me plenty to work with. Alright, so let me come over here, close that folder, back to, so what did we brought in? We brought Applebee's in. And we're going to have to fix all the textures. Alright, so new buildings, textures. I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to bring it over here. And then I can delete that, and I have to come in here, and I got to grab all of these. Let's just change it to details. So let's go copy, new buildings, paste. Alright, so there's all of our textures. So I can delete that file. So now I just have to fix all of my textures. So I don't have files within files. Alright, so there's Applebee's fixed. And I always like to open it to make sure it's not throwing any errors before I import it into the map. So it's not throwing any errors. So we brought in Applebee's. We brought in Dunkin'. So we'll fix the textures here. And I'll save that one. And I'll open it to make sure it's not throwing any errors. And it's not. Alright, so KFC, McDonald's already fixed. Napa. So we'll fix that one. I got a whole bunch of crap in here I need to delete out that's already imported in the map. Alright, so that one's fixed. I think that's all I brought in. Yep, that's all I brought on this one. All right, so I want to start off on this corner with Dunkin' Donuts. Now, it has to be a global company function because we're going to make it build. And how do I want to name these? So I guess we'll name it. So we'll make this one Dunkin'. And then I'll grab, let me make a couple spares. There we go. So I'm going to go edit, cut. I'm going to put it inside of here. And I'm going to put it right here, just where we're going to be working. And I'm going to call it Dunkin'. Now inside of that one, I need 2 for now. I need a visibility node and an invisibility node. Alright, so my visibility node, and again, there's not much to Dunkin'. It's pretty much just going to be one building and then the parking lot and trees and whatnot. So let's go File, Import, Dunkin'. And we're going to go Edit, Cut, Paste. Because I like how this faces the corner. Now, if I really wanted to, I can take all these individual pieces and build them into the visibility node so every single piece of this building builds one at a time. I wonder if it'll fall into place. Let me try something. Let me go from here to here. Again, if I mess this up, I can delete it and bring it right back in. Let me go edit, cut. Nope, it's going to leave one part behind. Now, will that build the way I want it to build? Let me go take a look at it. Yeah, so that's going to build first, and then each part and piece is going to build in one at a time. Yeah, I can live with that. So instead of popping in as one building, all these parts and pieces are going to build in this order. Yep, perfect. That worked out better than I was expecting it to. Okay, I can live with that. So that's going to build all of these components one at a time. Now we just got to get it moved where I want it before I start really messing around with it. So I'll have a side road coming in, we'll have a parking lot, and then you can come back out this way, and then behind it's going to be like parking lot dumpsters and whatnot. We'll have a row of trees between the train tracks and the businesses. But I don't want to crowd it in here either. I want to give myself some room. So I'm thinking Dunkin', and then a piece of land between it with trees and stuff on it, and then we'll do McDonald's. Same thing, I'll separate it by some trees and stuff, and then we'll do maybe Napa. I'll spread them out, like maybe 3 or 4 businesses in here. We'll put Napa on the corner, and then in this section we'll put some more businesses out to that road as well. So let's get this guy pulled away a little bit. Right about there, I think. Now, how are you on height? Alright. Yeah, you're going to look good right there. Alright, so let's grab... I want a handicap spot, though. Let me come over here and steal a parking line. Let's duplicate you. And you, I think I have to go up or down. I can never remember if I have to scroll up or scroll down. We have to scroll down. Alright. So we're going to go edit, cut, Duncan, paste. Because I want everything in. Am I in the right node? Yeah, I'm in the visibility node. Oh, they're still not right. Crap. Alright, let me put you there a minute. They're still not right. I need them in the visibility node, not in this node. So I need everything from there to here. Yeah, let's try that again. Let's go edit, cut, visibility, paste. That's not going to work. Yeah, that's not. We're going to have to build this as one building. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this mess. And I'm going to have to build, unfortunately, I'm going to have to build Dunkin' Donuts as one unit. So I'm not going to spend hours rebuilding it and resizing everything. So let's go File, Import. Let's bring Dunkin' back in. So I'm not going to spend hours rebuilding it. So let's go Edit, Cut, Paste. So unfortunately, whoever built it's been scaled way down to like 0.003 or 0.03. Whoever built this model, it's scaled way down. Now what I could try and do is freeze the transforms and try it again in the individual pieces. Alright, so hold on. Before we do that, let's take it back out. I'm going to come into this folder so I'm not in the map. Let's go Dunkin' Donuts. Let's open it up. Let me go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's save that. And let's go. Sometimes this messes it up and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to go File. Now I'm gonna freeze it. I'm just going to do it. But I want to freeze just the scale. Ooh, it didn't. It's going to save it. Perfect. Now I think I might be able to make this buildable part by part. Let's try that again. Let's go File, Import. I want to import in Dunkin'. I'm going to put it here a minute. I'm going to put it about where I want it. Well, no, I can't. Let me try this. Let's go Edit, Cut, Paste. I want to put it about where I want it. Right about there. Now I'm going to take all the individual. Now I see I still need that first component. Or are all these the sum of the whole? Let's try this. Let's go from here. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to build it as one to here. Let's go Edit, Cut. Nope, it's still going to leave part of it behind. Visibility, Paste. And now I'm going to take this last piece. Let's go edit, cut, paste. Oh, it's going to put it right back in place, but unfortunately, I need this one up top. Let me just move this one up. Now, the problem is I'm not going to be able to move this as a whole now. I'm going to have to move my whole visibility node, which is fine. But once I get this building in place, I can work everything else around it and not have to move it again. So I need this. I need this one to build first. Where was I before I clicked off of it? This one. Now that one should be empty. Now here's my whole visibility node. Now I'm going to get that into place and then work around it. Okay, yeah, you're about lined up where I want you. So I'm going to have to move this node, this transform group again. Perfect. Now when I rebuild it, now that I got it fixed, let me close some of this crap I don't need open. So now when we build this visibility node, it's going to build in this order. So all the individual parts and pieces will now build into it. So now we can start messing around with parts and pieces. I don't have to move it again. So now let's grab a front parking spot. So now I can grab this guy. So we'll grab a front parking spot, we'll grab a side parking spot. Yeah, and then we'll grab this guy. Grab this guy, and I always pull it up a little bit more so it sits up out of the ground. Alright, so front parking, and then I'll do some side parking once we get this area defined. Alright, so let's grab our concrete. Figure out exactly where this parking lot's going to go. We'll put dumpsters and stuff behind it. Just going to rough in a rough parking lot. Yeah, I don't want to go too far back. So let me square this up. Now, I want to leave a little bit of room between, I want to leave a little bit of grass between I like having a little bit of grass between the road and the sidewalk, and I like to have a little bit of grass between the sidewalk and the parking lot. And we'll probably do, where am I? Yeah, so let's do a road. Let's go a little bit wider. Yeah, there we go. And I'll do like a little fence back here with some dumpsters and stuff. Let's bring in a road about here. And then we'll bring it out. Let's leave room to drive around the building, because we'll have a sell point behind here. So I'm going to push this back probably a little bit more. So I'll need room to spawn in a cell trigger. So let me make it a little bit wider so we have room to drive around. That works. And let's pull in I'm going to put another road in the back so you can pull straight in, go to your cell trigger, and then drive around and come out. But let's pull driveway coming out here. And then let's pull in. We're going to have a cell point back here somewhere. Let's bring you in this side of the pole. That'll work. And then I can even push it out a little bit further if I wanted to get our side parking in. Building's a little crooked. No, yeah, we are. Let me grab this, and let's bring you right to 45. That's going to put you right where I want you. Yeah, that'll work. And now I can let's grab our side parking lot. We'll put you over here. And I'll bring that up a little bit more so the lines don't fade into the concrete. You will be our side parking. And in the back I'm going to leave open because right here I want to put a cell trigger. Alright, so that's going to be our basic building. So let's go, let me put it, because I do want to put in a little bit of a wall or a little bit of a fence to barricade the parking lot in. And I may even wall it over and then down, or fence it in over and down. And we'll put in a patch of trees and stuff here before we get to the next business, because I don't want them like all strung together. I want some separation between them. Now, do I want my privacy fence or do I want something a little bit smaller? Let's go look at our fences. This is just a staging area for now. Let's grab, actually I'm going to work with this guy. So let me grab a post and throw it in our transform group. Now let me grab a panel and we'll throw that in our transform group. There we go. So now we can come over here and let's grab our post, throw it here for now. Minus 45. You're going to end up somewhere about there. Let me fix my load distance, and it has a rigid body. All right, and then the fence section. The fence section. Come on, give it back to me. Let's go minus 45. I'm going to stretch it out so it's a little bit longer. So let's go back to 2. And then give it a little bit more of a clip distance, and it has a rigid body. Alright. Now before I start building a fence, I'm going to push this back a little bit further so I have room to put just a little bit further so I have room to put little dumpsters and stuff in. So I'm going to push this back one more. There we go, just like so. And then once I get this walled in and we get our dumpsters and stuff back here in this corner here, I'm going to probably do like a little bit of an outdoor cafe area. So now we can start getting our fence exactly where I want it. So I'm going to start with the panel, and then I'll get my post lined up. Now what I may do is I may take this fence out even a little bit longer. Yeah, let's go to 2.5. Now I'm not putting these in transform groups because I want this to build one fence section at a time. And it's going to build the order I have it in this transform group. we'll probably go out one more section, and then I can add a little bit more concrete in. Yeah, so you are where I want you. Let's grab another post. And we'll see where this next panel falls. So one more panel, and then one more post. Yeah, let's see if we can't push a little bit more concrete out. Not that direction. This direction. There we go. And that'll line up with our fence. Now let's grab this last panel. Get it lined up. There we go. I just realized it's already almost 1 o'clock, and I've not had breakfast or lunch yet today. So I am probably going to get out of here soon for the day. But my main goal today was to come in, and I wanted to get the lake resort finished up today. That was the main goal today. This commercial district is going to take us a couple days to build, and it's mainly what I wanted to work on tomorrow. So I'm not going to stay in here much longer. I'm going to jump out so I can grab some lunch, and then we have a big family dinner tonight, so I don't want to eat lunch too late, or I won't be hungry for big dinner. But I want to finish up this fence, and then I'm going to call it a day. I'll probably use the same privacy fence for this entire commercial district. If we fence in some of the other businesses. Probably go, yeah, I'll go one more and end it. So go one more post. We'll grab one more panel. And we'll end it with this post. Yeah. So this is the start of our, now I have a sign by the road that we can bring in and put the 7-Eleven Dunkin' Donuts logos on it. So we'll probably bring that in as well, and then we'll do dumpster, that kind of stuff. We'll do a little picnic area back here. We'll probably fence it in, like a lower fence. Get the cars in, get all the decorations in, get the lights in. But I'm going to save this. I am going to get out of here. Spend the rest of the day with the family. Appreciate everybody stopping in and saying hello. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Sunday, or almost, in some countries, almost Monday or into Monday. Memolar, thank you for stopping in. I'm just waiting for this to save so I can close it and get out of here. But I'm so glad I got the lake resort done. That was like a 40-hour project. I just got to work on this sidewalk texture because I don't like the edges. It's not nice and square like my concrete is. It's got this weird rounded edge to it, and I don't know why, so I'll figure it out. But appreciate it all. Y'all have a good weekend, or the rest of your weekend.